Hi, welcome to my video and happy Thursday. I'm sharing my second video of the week today. It's a tomato and vegetable soup with halloumi. And I got this beautiful recipe from my Canadian Living vegetarian cookbook. I shared a recipe on Monday from this cookbook, which was a creamy tomato soup, and you can find that recipe linked up here in the cards. Today's recipe is a little different. It uses some chunky veggies, a can of diced tomato, because we're sticking with our canned tomatoes this week. I guess you could say the theme of this week is actually tomato soup, but they're both very, very different. This recipe uses delicious, warming spices that give it a very different flavor from our first soup, and of course, the texture is completely different. As usual, measurements are down below, so let's get started. We're going to start off with a really large stock pot over medium-high heat, and to that we're going to add some olive oil. We don't need to wait for the oil to heat up. We're going to directly add some diced onion, diced carrot, and some diced celery. Combine those ingredients together, and we're going to allow these veggies to cook for about 5 minutes over that medium-high heat. No need to cover them up or leave them alone. It's okay to stir from time to time. We don't want them to get stuck. And after about 5 minutes, we're going to add some minced garlic as well as our spices. Coriander powder, cumin powder, some turmeric, and in addition to that, something a little unique, a bit of cinnamon, as well as some red chili flakes, which are completely optional, but I highly recommend that you add them. They just give it a little extra something. So we're going to combine the spices and the veggies and allow this to continue cooking for another 1 to 2 minutes. And there's no need to cover it up. We don't want our veggies to sweat. After 1 or 2 minutes, we're going to add our can of diced tomato. And we've built some really nice flavors here, but instead of simply adding water to this soup, we're going to add some veggie soup base or a bouillon cube to just add a little bit more oomph to our broth. And now we have finally reached the point where we actually do want to cover this up. So cover it up, bring it up to a boil, turn up the heat, and once it has reached a rolling, bubbling boil like this, it's time to cover it up again, turn the heat down to low, and let it cook for about 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, we can add probably one of the last ingredients, some diced zucchini. If we had added this at the same time as the other vegetables, it would have overcooked. But now we can add it at this point and allow the zucchini to cook in that soup for another 5 minutes until it is tender crisp. Alrighty, this soup is ready to be served. It is done. The ingredients are cooked to tender perfection. The aroma is inviting and the spices are intoxicating, especially that cinnamon. It's a very unassuming spice, but it adds something just, mysterious almost, I guess you could say. We're not quite finished yet though. We have to add some baby spinach. We could not have done it sooner because the leaves are too tender. So the heat from the soup is just going to wilt that spinach now. And I'm also going to add a little splash of lemon juice as per my preference, not into the entire soup. I'm going to enjoy this soup with some toasted bread and za'atar, which is a Middle Eastern spice blend. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, za'atar. I'm also going to add some pan-grilled halloumi, which is a really salty cheese, but it tends to work very well with acidic elements like the tomato broth and the lemon juice that's in this broth. I hope you like this recipe. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. That's all right. Either way, let me know in the comments down below, and I hope you've subscribed to my channel because I post videos every week, usually about food, sometimes about travel. That's it. I'll see you very soon in the next one. Okay. Bye-bye.